Hey everybody, welcome to the Solar Sister channel. It's your girl Solar Sister coming to you once again with another video. Guys, I wanted to come on here and talk to you about something that has been bugging me for a little while. Before we move forward, if you would, go ahead, thumbs up the video, hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel, hit the notification bell if you'd like to be made aware of upcoming videos, and feel free to share with anyone you think might benefit. So y'all, I created this channel because I, like many black people, decided that I was going to repatriate. I was leaving the toxicity of the U.S. and trying to find me a place of sanity, safety, security. And I wanted to create this channel because I wanted to kind of catalog my journey and, kind of create a diary for myself. So I wanted to share a lot of the things that I was dealing with and a lot of the things that I continue to deal with along the way. That's why I created this channel. And my goal has always been to be responsible with content that I put out here. But I just feel like there is some dangerous rhetoric that's being put out here in the atmosphere. And I think it's because a lot of black people like myself have now decided to make some moves and do what some of the others have been doing for years. And the statement that's being put out here, it's dangerous because it's putting a burden on black people that is not deserved. And I'm sick of black people being the mules that have to carry, and I'm using mules, as a figure of speech. I'm not calling black people mules, but we are being used to be the beast of burden for everybody else's issue, and I'm tired of it. And I'm tired of people who look like me getting on board to create said mules. Black people are out here making some old weak, raggedy, lazy, crazy statements that I don't even think they're taking the time to even process. It just sounds good, and so they're getting on the bandwagon and saying this nonsense. The statement that black people are making about black people repatriating and living outside of the West, and I'm just going to talk about the U.S. right now, but the statement is black people are moving to other countries and becoming the new colonizers in said countries. And it's the most asinine statement. It's a weak, raggedy, lazy, crazy statement that's being put out there because I don't think people... Well, I titled this video, "Are You Lazy or Just Crazy?" because I'm saying lazy in the sense if you have not even taken the time to research the word colonization, then I think that's a lazy approach for you to just make a statement, not fully thinking about what that word means. But if you know what the word means and you're still making the statement, then that's where I say you have to be crazy. If you're thinking black people are now the new colonizers. And so I was just thinking about how or why would someone feel the need to make that kind of statement about a group of people who only have a tiny, tiny percentage of wealth in the U.S., making the decision to pull the little change that they have, change that they can muster, the resources that they can muster, and grab whatever they can on the way out to go to a place of safety and security. For someone to make that kind of statement when you know what the statistics say about the wealth gap of the dominant society compared to black people, it's careless, it's irresponsible, and it's really just a raggedy argument for someone to say that that group of people that hold such a small portion of wealth now taking the initiative to say, I'm going to move to another place, When you call those people colonizers with that small amount of wealth, but you have not said one thing about the colonizers who have continued to move to and fro and live outside of the U.S. with 2 and 3 vacation houses and so forth, when you haven't made any statements about those people, the initial colonizer who continues to colonize and continues to be able to freely move about with no issues, for you to make that kind of statement about black people, like I said, you have to be either lazy or crazy. You have to decide. I don't know you like that. You have to think that thing through and figure out which category you fall into. Because when you look up the word colonization, let's look it up, y'all. When you look up the word colonization, it's simple. The word colonization, based on what the Googlations say, colonization is the action or process of settling among and establishing control over the indigenous people of an area. What black folks do you know have picked up and decided they were going to take over a whole civilization, a whole population by force, taking over governments, taking over cultures, telling people that their political structures are not what they should be, and now you created a whole other form of government for them? Y'all, stop with the nonsense. Black people don't have the power, don't even have the wherewithal to go to another place and rape, rob, or pillage that particular place to set up a system where they now are the ones who are in control. That's not even our mindset. So when you call black people the new colonizers, basically what you're telling black people who have decided to pick up and move themselves from everything that they know to go to a place where they want to now forge a new pathway forward, and you're telling them that they're now the new colonizers, what you're basically telling them is that they're now the new slave masters. And it's a slap in the face, it's disrespectful, it's, like I said, lazy and crazy for you to feel that black people have that kind of power or even have that kind of mindset. Now, granted, those people who are deciding to come from the West with the little bit that they have, it may still be more than what the people have in the particular country that they're going to. But you have to understand as well that it's that way because of what the original colonizers did. But the little bit that the black people may have that may be above the income that the people have who live in the country, who are indigenous to the country, that little bit that they're bringing into the economy is not the same as someone saying that I'm coming here to make you feel that who you are is wrong. Your religion is wrong, your culture is wrong, your food is wrong, your government is wrong. No black person, no group of black people has gone to any country and set themselves up that way. I'm here to just say this: leave black people alone. Stop trying to put extra burdens on people who have decided that they're trying to hold on to their sanity the best way they can, and if that requires them uprooting themselves from everything they know to go to a place where they can be accepted, where they can be celebrated. Stop creating something that's not there. When the original colonizers continue to do what they have done, go to and fro, and feel like they have power in whatever place they go to. Even in the States, the original colonizer is still continuing to colonize. How many places do you know where black people lived in neighborhoods that were just predominantly black neighborhoods that have been taken over by gentrification? because white people have decided that they now want to come back into these areas and now create a place for themselves, and price out all of the people all of the black people in that neighborhood. And I think that's the problem. We give, this kind of domination such a cute name, gentrification. No, it's stealing. It's raping, robbing, and pillaging, which is what they've always done. And we give it cute names, gentrification, and even colonization is a cute name, when really it is just a group of people deciding to steal, to take over control, to usurp the power of another group of people. Y'all, white supremacy is nothing but an evil entity. It ain't nothing but an old evil spirit, but it requires something other than you being white. White supremacy requires that there are other people who get on board and accept a particular power structure for what it is. They don't try to dismantle it, they become part of it. That's what when I see black people who don't understand the overall plight of black people and try to make everything individualistic. Oh, well, this group of black people has been able to make it, so why haven't y'all been able to make it? That's part of the white supremacy nonsense. They allow a small portion of a certain group to make it so that it gives the illusion that everybody else has the same level playing field to do the same. Well, Oprah, she became a billionaire, and this person became a millionaire, so that means everybody can. Listen, if white supremacy was just about being white, then all white people would be rich. It's not about that. It's about power, and it's about a certain group of people being able to keep the narrative going, but it requires other people who don't look white to be a part of it. The same people who are putting out the narrative that black people are becoming the new colonizers in places that they choose to repatriate to, are the same black people who would argue when people are talking about Black Lives Matter and police brutality. Those are the same black people who would say, well, what about the black on black crime? That has nothing to do with the power structure that's in place. Yes, black people kill black people just like white people kill white people, but there is no term that's been put out there, white on white crime. Black on black crime was a statement or a phrase that was put out there so that black people could be made to feel like they're doing something that other people aren't doing. Black on black crime has to do with, I don't even want to use that phrase, black people having issues, killing black people. It has to do with proximity. White people kill white people every day because of proximity, but nobody is putting it out there in the media like it's some type of anomaly. Y'all, the same black people who throw out the argument about black on black crime, they're also the ones who want to talk down about reparations. Oh, y'all don't need I don't need no reparations. I'm doing fine. Well, that's you. That's you. But reparations need to be paid to black people because of the years and years and years that they worked in a system that did not compensate them for the work that they did. That's the thing that keeps black wealth where it is. The years and years and years that, black people worked free to build up the wealth of the dominant society is what's created this wealth gap. And they continue to keep ensuring that there is a wealth gap. The U.S. couldn't even do the right thing. After emancipation, 12 years of deconstruction, or reconstruction is what they call it, but I call it deconstruction, because the 12 years that reconstruction was allowed, they saw that black people were getting ahead. It was, after 12 years, they were able to get ahead. Black people were making strides. Black people were building up their communities. There were black politicians. There were black people who were becoming wealthy. And they had to stop it because it was happening at too fast of a rate. Black people know what to do to take care of themselves. Black people know how to do business. Black people are intelligent people, but black people, there are some black people now who are out here spewing some dangerous rhetoric, and I need y'all to stop. Because when you're making statements like you're making about black people becoming the new colonizers, you're starting to look very agenty to me. You look very agenty out here in these streets. So y'all, that's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna leave it here. I'm sure I was ranting, but I'm upset about it. It doesn't do anything for the movement. Basically, it's something that's trying to thwart the movement, in my opinion. When you're making statements like that, go over to the original colonizers and tell them about being the new colonizers. Because like I said, they've been able to continue to travel back and forth and set up homes and whatever they need, and businesses, do whatever they need to do in whatever country they wanted to go to, and nobody has said a thing. But now that there's this movement of black people who have taken on the challenge and said, you know what, I have the right to live in a place where I am not prey, then now there's an issue. Black people, I'm gonna get off. I've gone longer than I planned on going. But like I always say, guys, if you cannot do anything else, protect your head space, protect your heart space, guys, and keep your vibration high. Until the next one, it's your girl, Solar Sister. Peace.